That's Steve Catola.
Opium Wars.
That's correct. Which insect is known by the name Soothsayer and Eric Minell?
Dragonfly.
And the Devil's Riding Horse? Timmins? Steve Catola.
Gnat.
No, the Praying Mantis. What is the name given to the highest quality mahogany that comes from the Dominican Eric Minell?
Teak.
No, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Steve Catola.
Ebony.
Spanish mahogany. And finally, what French city, situated at the junction of the Ouche and Souzan rivers, Eric Minell?
Marseille.
Is the center of the Burgundy wine trade? Timmins, another opportunity here. It is. Okay, Steve.
Nice.
Dijon. The answer, and so we begin another competition and a half an hour of questions and answers as we test some of Canada's top teams in the provincial playoffs, a breach for the top. Suo, he is the good, bad, and the ugly. Jim Cook, he's bad and ugly. Eric Minell, well, he's just bad. And James Hernician, he's just plain ugly. And their coaches from... coaches of Dryden High School, Terry Pettipiece, and this man, Brian Kenny, who teaches history at Dryden High School, an active jogger who was recently tossed out of Air Canada's offices when he tried to collect Alan Eagleson's commercial fees. That's an in joke that was given me by the students, obviously very in. Anyway, they are playing a team from Timmins, represented by Roland Michener Secondary School. Alan Zofsky, who claims to have no personality, talent, or ambition, is on the team as a result of an affirmative action program at the school. Glenn Vicevic has delusions of grandeur, claims to be the crown prince of Croatia. Steve Catola lets on that he has an invincible personality, but privately admits a weakness for cognac, blonde wenches, and rolling out his glossets in physics. Will Sari, a graduate of Central House and Pamore Polytech. He majored in beer cap design, is now working for a Canada Council grant to correlate a beer drinker's skull thickness with brand loyalty. And their coach, Tim Rourke, who thinks of these four players as the sons he never had. By the way, Dad, they like to borrow the car tonight. That's the team and the coach from Timmins. These teams are playing to very basic rules on Reach for the Top, the same as they meet throughout the school year. The first person to the buzzer gets a chance to answer. If correct, and that's fine, points are awarded. If incorrect, the other team generally has a chance to give in with their ideas on it. No consultation once the buzzer is sounded, no consultation during the assign. Any questions raised during the course of the show about questions and answers, solved by our judge right over here, Steve Officer. Okay, let's do it, teams. And this is an important game that will take one of you two into the semifinals. So away we go. Literary Rabbits, open competition. In American folklore and the Disney film, that's Steve Catola.
Brer Rabbit?
Brer Rabbit, that's right. What was the title of Richard Adams' 1972 Eric Minell?
Watership Down.
Right. Which animated rabbit achieved fame in the Will Sari?
Bugs Bunny.
No, in a 1942 Walt Disney film as a friend of Bambi, northwestern Ontario. Right, and Jim Cook.
Thumper.
Thumper it was. What was the name of Joan Rivers' film about the first man in Glenn Vicevic?
Rabbit Test.
Yes, and what British comedy team met both the Trojan Rabbit, Jim Cook?
Monty Python.
Yes, again. Okay, well, you see what kind of competition we're going to have in this game between Dryden and Timmins in the northern playoffs of our playoffs, provincial playoffs. Answer the following questions on ellipses. If x squared over 16 plus y squared over 9 equals 1, what is the length of the major axis? Yes, Jim Cook?
8.
Yes, that's right. For the above ellipse, what is the length of the Eric Minell?
4.
No, of the semi-minor axis. Anyone from Timmins? Glenn Vicevic?
4.
No, 3. What are the coordinates to the foci of the above ellipse? Yes, Jim Cook?
0, 3, and 0, -3.
No. Anyone from Timmins? Glenn Vicevic?
0, -2, and 1, 7.
No, root 7, 0, and minus root 7, 0. And what is the eccentricity of the above ellipse? Eric Minell?
8/3.
No. Glenn?
3/8.
Root 7 over 4. A question on art. Watch your monitor. Identify the artists representing the following styles. In portraiture, we want the artist names, please. And this one is a Canadian who mastered his art in Paris. Okay, that's Eric Minell.
McDonald.
No, it's not McDonald. Steve Catola.
Vermeer.
Paul Peel, Before the Bath. Our second one now, a European master of the abstract. Eric Minell.
Picasso.
No. Yes, Glenn Vicevic.
Klee.
Yes, that's correct. Paul Klee. Der Orden der Hocken. And our third now, Eric Minell.
Monet.
No, one of the many periods of a great artist waiting. This particular piece is called Glenn.
Picasso.
Picasso is right. And finally this one. 18th century, Eric Minell.
Velasquez.
No, 18th century French Rococo delicacy. The Dead Bird. Steve Catola.
Fragonard.
No, Jean-Baptiste Greuze. We have a scramble now. Close competition, 50-40. Timmins over Dryden. This one is worth 45 points. Scramble for 5 teams. Who won? Okay, Jim Cook, I'm going to have to call on you.
The New York Yankees.
No. Who won the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1964 for his application of the principle of nonviolent resistance, patterned after India's Mahatma Steve Katola?
Martin Luther King.
He did. Okay, you got it. The remaining questions now deal with the life of Martin Luther King. They're yours and yours alone by virtue of that answer. Born in Atlanta in 1929, King came from a family steeped in the tradition of the ministry. Both his father and his maternal grandfather were preachers. To what Protestant denomination did they belong? Yes, Steve Katola.
Baptist.
That's correct. In 1956, King led a successful protest against segregation on public transit as he encouraged blacks to boycott buses until desegregation of city buses had been achieved. Name the Alabama city in which this boycott took place. Yes, Steve.
Birmingham.
No, it's Montgomery. Recognizing the need for a mass movement to capitalize on the successful Montgomery action, King established an organization which helped give him a national platform from which to speak. This organization had the initials SCLC. What do they stand for? The Southern Christian Leadership Conference. On April 4th, 1968, King was killed by a sniper's bullet while standing on the balcony of the motel where he and his associates were staying. In what city did the shooting take place? Do you have an answer, please? Yes, Steve.
Nashville.
It was in Memphis, Tennessee. And our score is 65-40, and I'd like you, please, in open competition to answer the following questions on discoveries in medicine. Who invented the first polio vaccine? Yes, Eric Minell.
Jenner.
Pardon?
Jenner.
No, it's not. Steve Katola.
Jonas Salk.
It was. Who was responsible for the smallpox then? Yes, Eric.
That's Jenner.
That's correct. And who found the first oral polio vaccine? Eric Minell.
Lister.
Nope. Anyone from Timmins? Steve.
Fleming.
Albert Sabin. And who was the third man responsible, along with Banting and Best, for Eric Minell?
McLeod.
Yes, that's right. For 10 points. Very well done on that. And we have music now for you, teams, to brighten up your lives. Name the albums in which the following stars are featured. Here's our first one. We want the album cover names, please. This is Barbara Streisand, eventually, we will hear. Jim Cook.
Evergreen.
No. Yes, Alan Zofsky.
Stars Born.
No, that's the main event. Our second one now. Bruce Springsteen. James Ernisham.
River.
The River, that's right. This selection to Hearts, our third now. David Bowie. James.
Changes One Bowie.
No. Okay, Will Sari.
Heroes is
Lodger. Repetition, this song, and our fourth and last now. Robert Palmer. The song is Can We Still Be Friends? James.
Changes.
No. And the answer from Timmins. Run Bicycle.
Why me?
Secrets. It was called, and we have a Who Am I now with our score Dryden 70, Timmins 75, both hanging in there. 40 points with clue number 1. I was born in Boston in 1706 and subsequently ran a printing business in, yes, that's Steve.
Payne.
No, in Philadelphia. I'm remembered as being an inventor, diplomat, and statesman. Dryden? Jim Cook.
Johnson.
No, it was not. Clue number 2. I initiated civil improvements in Philadelphia, among them Eric Minell.
Franklin.
Yes, Benjamin Franklin. Okay, a big 30 going up to Dryden. They move to 100, Timmins 75. And we have an open question on geography, on islands specifically. Several islands in the world have been labeled with special names or nicknames. Name the island that's described by the following phrases. The Emerald Isle, Steve Katola.
Ireland.
That's correct. The Enchanted Isles, Eric Minell.
Hawaii.
No, a group of Pacific islands noted for rare species of birds and animals. Steve.
Galapagos.
Yes. The Graveyard of the Atlantic. Yes, Steve again.
Azores.
Okay, a Nova Scotia island surrounded by submerged sandbars. That's, no, it goes upstairs to Dryden. You've answered once. Yes, Eric.
Sable Island.
Sable Island is right. The Rock, an isolated penal, Eric Minell.
Alcatraz.
Right answer. The Spice Islands, a group of Eric again.
West Indies.
No, a group of Indonesian islands visited by early European traders. Timmins, you have a chance here to pick up 10. Yes, Steve.
Java.
The Moluccas. And the crossroads of the Eric Minell.
Hawaii.
No, the crossroads of the South Pacific, a group of islands providing a major stopover for trans-Pacific air flights. Timmins? Yes, Glenn.
Canary Islands.
The Fiji Islands. And open competition again, U.S. presidency. The subject, identify the president from the clues given. This president, who served from 1841 to 1845, was the first president to be married while in office, and in his lifetime, Jim Cook.
Harrison.
No, was the father of 15 children. Steve Katola.
James Knox Polk.
It was John Tyler. This Democrat was the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms, Eric Minell.
Grover Cleveland.
Yes, indeed. This president was the first to hold regular press conferences, was the first to speak on radio. Steve?
Hoover?
No, and was one of only 2 presidents to have served as a university president, holding that post at Princeton. Keith Matsuo.
Roosevelt.
Woodrow Wilson. This president was the first president to be sworn in, Jim Cook.
Adams.
No, was the first president to be sworn into office aboard an airplane. And then Steve.
Johnson.
Yes, Lyndon Johnson is right. And we have a scramble now for you. What famous Scottish-born pirate in the 17th century worked at Eric Minell?
Stevenson.
No, worked as a respectable trader and sea captain in New York City prior to participating in piracy on the high seas. Timmins?
Morgan.
Yes, Steve?
Morgan.
It was Kidd. We declare this one open. I have 4 questions on them, 10 points for each correct answer. In 1695, King William III of England commissioned Kidd captain of an armed ship to capture notorious pirates and to seize goods that had been stolen. What was the title given to Kidd, which meant captain of an armed ship? Yes, Eric?
Magistrate.
No. Timmins? Alan?
Commodore.
Privateer. Kidd sailed from London in 1696 with a new ship and a hand-picked crew, but an English warship took some members of his crew, and he had to recruit more men in a pirate-infested Eric Minell.
Jamaica.
No, in a pirate-infested North American settlement. Timmins, what was the settlement? Now a large city called? Yes, Glenn?
New Orleans?
No, New York. Kidd left New York in September of 1696, sailed across the Atlantic Ocean. He attacked a merchant fleet off the coast of Africa, which belonged to a country that England was at war with. Jim Cook.
Spain.
No. Excuse me, Timmins. Good answer, Steve.
France.
France is right. The tales and legends that grew up about Kidd's, James.
Oak Island?
No, Kidd's bloody deeds have been used by many fiction writers, Timmins. One of the most famous stories is The Gold Bug. Who wrote that? Yes, Steve?
Edgar Allan Poe.
He did indeed. Good for 10 going to Timmins. Singers who have appeared in movies. Singers who have appeared in movies. What singer who wrote the popular hits Me and Bobby McGee and Help Me Make It, James?
Chris Christopherson?
Yes, indeed. What actress-singer received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress for her performance in, yes, Keith?
Barbara Streisand.
No, in Tommy. Timmins? Yes, Glenn?
And Margaret?
And Margaret, right. Which Beatle movie won an Academy Award for Best, that's Jim Cook?
Help.
No, for Best Original Song Score, it's Steve Gatola. It was Let It Be. And what singer and composer had a bit part in the film Annie Hall in 1970, yes, Jim Cook?
Woody Allen.
No, in 77, and more recently a starring role in One Trick Pony. Timmins? Yes, Glenn?
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon, right. You got the final 10, bringing you up to 145, Dryden 140. What a game, and we'll have more of the same in just 2 minutes on Reach for the Top. Their hospitality and courtesies to us, and the score has been confirmed. Timmins 145, Dryden 140. And we're going to start part 2 now with this assigned question teams and the question on words. I'm going to give you definitions of words starting with the letters A, B, S. Every word begins with A, B, S. You give me the word, and Keith, a collection of pus in a cavity of the body.
Abscess.
Abscess. I hated to read that one. Hard to understand. Hidden. Secret. Alan, that's your 10-pointer.
Abstain.
No, Keith.
Absentuate.
Abstruse. Your 10-pointer, Jim Cook, the son of King David, who died when his hair became entangled in the branches of a tree.
Absalom.
Yes. Glenn Vicevic, to go away secretly, fly from the law.
Abscram.
Nope. Jim, half points.
Abstain.
Abscond. Eric Minell, a liqueur made from wormwood, outlawed because of its effects on the eyesight and nervous system. It made you blind and crazy.
Abstuff.
No. Steve.
Absinthe.
Absinthe, that's correct, and good for 10, or 5. Works by certain dramatists in the 1950s and 60s, Steve, that suggested man lived in a universe without meaning or purpose. Beckett, Ionesco, Pinter, and Albee all wrote plays in the manner of this theater of the...
Abstract.
No. Eric.
Absurd.
Absurd. You got that 5 back. James Hernishin, Ecclesiastical Declaration of the Forgiveness of Sins.
Abstrong.
No. Will. Absolution. Sparing or moderate in rich food and wine. That's yours, Will.
Abstain.
No. James.
Absolute.
Abstemious is what we were looking for. And we have open competition now. Identify the authors of the following speeches. Which physicist said science cannot solve the ultimate mystery? Glenn Vicevic.
Albert Einstein.
No, the ultimate mystery of nature, and that is because in the last analysis, we ourselves are part of nature and therefore part of the mystery. Jim Cook.
Isaac Newton.
It was Planck. This time a U.S. statesman. I like the dreams of the future better.
Ben Franklin.
No, better than the history of the past. Steve?
Roosevelt.
It was Jefferson. Which contemporary entertainer remarked, thanks to science, you can fly almost anywhere in half the time it will take you to wait for your luggage after you... Steve?
Bob Hope.
No, after you get there. Eric, yes, James?
Churchill?
It was Billy Vaughan, and this speech was made in a play. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio. Steve?
Hamlet.
No, then are dreamt of in your philosophy. We're looking for authors. Yes, Harry.
Shakespeare?
Shakespeare is right. Okay, we have an open question on code names now. Teams, what word, which in English means tiger, Eric Minell?
Torah.
Torah is right, yes. What was the German designation for the 1941 invasion of Russia in Eric Minell?
Barbarossa.
Right for 10 again. What was the designation for the massive diversion employed, Steve?
Sorry.
All right, did you have an answer? No, for the massive diversion employed by the Allies in World War II to convince the Nazis that the Allies, yes, Keith?
Overlord.
Fortitude. And what was the code name for the unrevealed White House source for Washington Post reporter Steve Catola?
Deep Throat.
That's correct, and good for 10 points. Going to Timmins at 160, Dryden 185. Watch your monitor again, please, teams. Identify the artists of the following town and country scenes, and we'll look at this one first. Yes, Eric?
Emily Carr.
Yes, that's correct. Study and movement. Our second one now, pointillism is his style. Eric, again.
Delacroix.
No. Glenn Weisevic.
Signac.
Seurat, Port on Sunday, it's called. Our third one now, a post-impressionist master. Eric Minell.
Krieghoff.
No. Steve Catola.
Van Gogh.
Pizarro, chestnut trees at Louvciennes. And finally this one. Style post-impressionist, Eric Minell.
Canaletto.
No, but the artist lived in Austria, Glenn Weisevic.
Willier.
Kokoschka, Oscar Kokoschka. And we have a scramble now for you, teams. 195 to 170, top over bottom. Scramble for 5, it's worth a big 45 points. The tallest mountain, Jim Cook.
Logan.
No, the tallest mountain in the African country of Tanzania is also the tallest on the African continent. What is the name of the mountain? Timmins, Steve Catola.
Mount Kilimanjaro.
You've got it. And you got your 5, you got the chance for 40 more now. Dealing with Mount Kilimanjaro, it's an extinct East African volcano with how many peaks? Timmins? Okay, do you have an answer, please? Yes, Steve.
1.
2. What is the name of the peak that is the highest point of the African continent? Yes, Steve?
Kaiserwilhelm.
It's Kibo. Kilimanjaro lies in the northern part of Tanzania, near the border of which other African country? Yes, Steve?
Kenya.
Yes, that's correct, and good for 10. Kilimanjaro provides the setting of The Snows of Kilimanjaro, a well-known short story by what American author? Yes, Steve?
Ernest Hemingway.
Yes, again, and good for another 10. Going to, you're bringing you up to a tie at 195, and we have films of James Stewart up for grabs now, teams. One of the most talked about performances of 1939 was Stewart's, Eric Minell.
The Philadelphia Story.
No, was Stewart's portrayal of an idolized head of a chain of boys' clubs who was appointed to the U.S. Senate, but finds that his idealism conflicts with the expectations that he will vote as his party machine dictates. Yes, Len?
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Yes, indeed, that's what it is. The next year, 1940, Stewart won his only Oscar. Yes, Eric?
The Philadelphia Story.
That's correct. After serving in the U.S. Air Force during World War II, Stewart returned to the screen in the 1946 film It's a Wonderful Life, and that film was directed by the same man who directed Stewart in the film You Can't Take It With You, as well as Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Can you name this director? Eric Minell?
DeMille?
No. It was Frank Capra. In 1953, Stewart starred with June Allison in a film biography about a famous band leader who was killed in a plane. Yes, Eric Minell.
Glenn Miller?
That's correct. Peter Finch, Richard Attenborough, and Ernest Borgnine co-starred in the 1966 film in which Stewart portrays a bush pilot. Eric?
Harvey.
No, whose plane en route to Benghazi crashes in the Sahara Desert. Can you name that film? Yes, Glenn?
Flight of the Phoenix.
Yes, indeed, that's what it is. Oh, you guys are making it difficult for us. And identify the composers of these marches. Now, wait for the clue if you need it. Here's our first one. Yes, Steve?
John Philip Sousa.
That's correct. The Stars and Stripes Forever. Our second now. You have clues. Care to wait? All right, Steve.
Rossini.
No, that's not correct.
Oh.
The Toreadors March from a well-known opera by, yes, Eric?
Bizet.
Bizet is right, yes. This one now, our third piece of music. Military march written originally for 4 hands, Eric?
Elgar?
No, by which master of the keyboard? Timmins, Steve?
Mozart.
Schubert. March Militaire by Schubert. And now this one. March is from Pomp and Circumstance, Steve Catola.
Sir Edward Elgar.
That's correct. And you have now pulled ahead by 10. And we have a scramble now for you, teams. Which North American mountain erupted on May 18th of, yes, Eric Minell? Okay, May 18th of 1980. Timmins, yes, Steve?
Mount St. Helens.
Yes, indeed. Okay. We have got got 3 questions now for you. They're yours and yours alone. In which state is Mount St. Helens located? Okay, Steve.
Washington.
Washington is right. Volcanoes occur due to a shift in the Earth's plates. Which shifting plate located between the North American plate and the Pacific plate gave birth to the Mount St. Helens eruptions?
Could you repeat that, please?
Well, I want the name of the plate that shifted that caused the eruption. It's the Juan de Fuca plate. To what range does Mount St. Helens belong? Be specific, please. To what range? Yes, Steve?
Central.
The Cascade Range. But you have got 250, Dryden 225, and we have an open competition now for you. What influential English philosopher was noted for his belief that the 3 kinds of things contained in the universe were minds? Yes, Eric Manel.
Smith?
No, various types of bodies and God. Yes, Steve.
John Locke.
It was, yes. In 1679, a close friend of Locke's, the Earl of Shaftesbury, became involved in plots against the King, James II. Suspicion also fell on Locke. As a result, in 1683, Locke decided to leave England. What country did he move? Yes, Eric.
France.
No, what country did he move to? Timmins, do you have an answer? Steve Catola.
Spain.
The Netherlands. While in the Netherlands, Locke met a prince and princess who 6 years later would become Steve Catola.
William III and Mary.
Yes, that's correct. And which of Locke's works, published in 1689, strongly influenced Thomas Jefferson in writing the Declaration of Independence? Yes, Steve?
2 treatises concerning Parliament.
Can't take that? You want a specific title? Northwestern Ontario, Dryden, Eric Manel?
Credences on Parliament?
2 treatises of government, and that's what we were looking for specifically. As we move to snappers now, teams, what singer was once married to actresses Debbie Reynolds and Elizabeth Taylor? Yes, James.
Eddie Fisher.
Yes, it was. Which television soap opera is set in Bay City? Jim. Okay, it goes down to Timmins. Yes, Glenn.
Another World.
Another World is right. What is the variety of coal often called brown coal? Yes, Eric.
Peat?
No, that is intermediate in quality between peat and bituminous coal. You have an answer, Timmins? It is lignite. With which NHL team did Mike Palmateer start? Yes, Eric.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, start the 1980-81 season, Glenn.
Washington Capitals.
It was. RMC are the initials of which institution? Yes, Will Sarri.
Royal Military College.
That's it. Now, how many Canadian provinces have names that begin with, yes, Jim?
2.
No, that begin with the letter N. Want a quick answer, Steve?
3.
3 is right. What religious sect founded the town of Cardston, Alberta? Eric.
Hutterites.
No. Will Sarri.
The Duke Force.
The Mormons. Lincoln Park is the largest and most popular park. Eric.
New York.
In which Midwestern U.S. city? Steve.
Chicago.
Chicago is correct for 10. The name of which prophet comes from the Hebrew meaning God is Yes, Keith.
Mohammed.
No, God is salvation. Timmins? Yes, Steve.
Isaiah.
Isaiah, right for another 10 points. An impala is an antelope, native to which? Yes, James.
Sicily.
No, native to which continent? Steve.
Africa.
Africa is right. In 1848, victory in which war gave the U.S. vast? Yes, Eric.
The Spanish America.
Vast new territory in the West. Timmins, do you have an answer for 10 points? Steve.
Mexican War.
Yes, correct again. And what was the name of the most important goddess of the ancient Egyptians? Yes, that's Keith.
Isis.
Isis is right for 10. What is the second longest river? Yes, Eric. No. There's the science. The answer, the Danube. Timmins, 350. Dryden, 245. We'll have confirmation of that score in 2 minutes.